Good. Well, a win is a win, and I thought obviously the first half was difficult on us, and they did a really good job at keeping the ball from our offense, methodically moving the ball, getting first downs, giving us a lot of different things that we hadn't seen. But I'm proud of our guys for how they went at halftime. They didn't panic. They didn't panic in the situation. We made a few little adjustments, especially defensively. Found ways to get the ball back to the offense. But all in all, I think no matter what, we know we got to play more efficient. And if people find different ways to, slow the offense down, sometimes that's by keeping the ball and keeping it away from them, not let Desmond Ritter get into a groove. We got to throw it a little bit more on the shoulders of the defense to say, hey, we got to get the ball back. We can't allow them only to have one series in the first quarter and maybe two series in the second quarter. But all in all, winning on the road is never easy, and we're 8-0, and we're going to find ways to continue to grow because no matter what, we got to play our best ball at the end of the year.
For the second straight week, a one-win team gave you everything you could handle on the road. Is that just a team playing you well, or is there something more to that?
Well, we don't look at records, to be honest with you, so I guess the media can look at records. We look at teams and players and find ways to to attack them and how they're going to attack us. And so regardless of what their record is, they did a good job at finding ways to control the ball offensively, keep our offense on the sidelines, and then do some things defensively that eliminated, I think, some of the big plays. But you're gonna get to everybody's best, and that's not just saying because we're ranked. We were the champions of the league last year, and I think more than anything, when you're in a league and you've won the league the year before, I think everybody wants that, and so they're gunning for you, and whether they were injured or not, they did a really good job at game plan wise and coming out and playing ball.
What's it mean to this offense to have Josh Wiley first on the team again these last 2 games?
It's just, it's a great example of how you got to go about things, and things don't always happen the way you want them to. Josh has worked. He obviously was dinged up in camp, didn't get to do a bunch of things, and through the first 5 or 6 games, the ball didn't find him. And it wasn't that he wasn't working. It wasn't that he wasn't doing his job. Sometimes the ball just doesn't find you. And the great thing about Josh is he never pouts. He never puts his head down. He continues to work. He's got a great attitude. And so he's a great example to, hey, if you just keep working, things are going to eventually happen. It's kind of like for Majay Sanders. Majay hadn't had a whole lot of recorded stuff until today. And all of a sudden, things begin to happen, especially in a game like that where they're running the football. And, the stats things, don't always tell the picture. But it's nice that both those guys kind of got, some more recognition today.
What did Jerome Ford do to your offense?
Well, like we say that Dez is one of that guy that as he goes, we go. We really are a group that goes as we run the football. And I think more than anything, some of the slower starts in the first half are that we can't get Jerome rolling. And he is a big energy and a momentum guy for us, even though that's not him. He's a very, quiet kind of guy and low key in a lot of things that he does. But his energy of running the football brings a lot to us. And to me, that's as big a issue in the first half as anything is when we can't get him into a little bit more of a groove, kind of like Dez. I think the energy within our entire sideline is a little different.
You try to get him the ball in the first 10 plays.
We do, but a lot of times things are defenses dictated things a little bit different. I don't know that maybe we were prepared for as much bear as they came out in and loaded the box and maybe challenged us a little bit differently. And it was hard to get Jerome going a little bit that way. So we know we got to do a better job. We know what brings the energy to our team and our program, and we got to find better ways to get that going earlier in games.
Another interception for Coby. Sauce gets the attention, but Coby game and game after just continues to show his work over there. And that's how they
Yeah, it was like last week is a tough game sometimes for those guys on the edges. This one, in similar ways, the way they were, running the football. But when they do take shots, it's usually big ones. And they continue to try to test him, and he continues to answer the bell. And proud of what it is he does and how he works. And we're going to need him. We're going to need him to continue to be the kind of the energy and the leader of our defense.
You mentioned Sanders, but certainly Dublanco and a couple of those plays they combined. How big is his leadership, Joel, in games like this?
Joel's done a great job. I think that that's the unique thing of our defense. There's some really big name guys, and then you really kind of look at it as who's the glue that holds everything together. And I've always kind of believed that the middle linebacker is the kind of the quarterback of the defense. And I know it's Joel in there most of the time, but Wilson Huber's a guy that kind of rolls in a little bit, plays a little more on the passing or nickel situations. But those guys, Joel in particular, is just has done a really good job. He doesn't get rattled. You get a game like that. A fifth, sixth-year guy that's played a lot of football for us, and not always as a starter as a linebacker. I mean, he's a guy that for the first 3 years didn't really see the field defensively, so he knows how hard it is, and I think that's part of what he brings to our team. Good. Thanks.
Like I said last week, right place, right time. That's what I keep in my head throughout the week. And, it's just as much on him as it is me, his trust in me, being where I need to be. And I think we've been doing that the past 2 weeks especially, and it's paying off.
What was the vibe in the locker room like at halftime? Probably didn't expect them to be quite that close.
Yeah, they came out and executed well, kind of put us on our heels. And when you go in at halftime and you didn't play your best ball, but still have the lead, it kind of lets you take a breath for a second. And, we just had to go out in the second half and execute the way we knew how, and I believe we did that.
What about the play in the end zone up against that cornerback?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I couldn't even tell you what happened. I mean, it felt like I couldn't even get off the ground. I don't know if he was holding me or not, but, we'll look at it on film and try to get better from it. That's all I can say, really.
The other catches were pretty critical as well. Not just the touchdowns, certainly moving the chains and key points. And you really just feel like, when you're targeted, it's vital to make it.
Yeah, get the ball and get vertical. And I think it was 3rd and 12 on that one, and I knew we had to have a big play and go down and potentially score, and that's all that was going through my head. And
How are you seeing defenses respond to you and Lenny both being on the field at the same time and swapping in and out so much?
It's dynamic. We have the ability to, inline blocking, inline blockers, or spread the ball out and throw it down the field. And I think it makes it really tough on the defense. And it's been really interesting to see the growth between me and him, between last year and this year.
Any other questions?
Just when you come up the game, when you win 31-12, you personally had, about 80 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. You're probably going to have to end up hearing at some point, they didn't win by enough. Do they deserve to number 2? Is that annoying to you, or do you not care?
We don't try to pay attention to the rankings as much. We just try to focus on what we need to do. A win is a win. Yeah, it was ugly. We could have done better, but like I said, a win is a win, and we're going to celebrate.
Any other questions? Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, guys.
Next. Questions for Des?
As you and Josh, 2 touchdowns in back-to-back. Is something special happening there, or is it just, he's in the right place at the right time?
Right place at the right time, and just a lot of hard work in the offseason. Obviously, he didn't get the touches and the targets that he wanted to earlier in the season, and we just told him, just keep working, keep pushing. The ball's going to find you.
Alec had some big catches as well. That one in the first drive. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, so that was huge. It was rough, obviously, as offense, only having 1 possession in the first drive. But, that was a big 3rd down play to get us going. And, I couldn't really see it from my angle of how, his toe tap was or however it was. But obviously it was a huge catch, huge play for us to get us going and get us started.
I know you don't care about style points. You're still 8-0. All your goals are still in line. But how concerned are you
Concern for who?
For you and the outlook of the team and how you guys are playing of late.
I mean, like you said, we're 8-0. That's all we care about. A win's a win. We're just going to keep going on in the next week. No. Our O-line did a good job up front most of the day. A couple of the times that, they were just being ball players and ran a couple twist stunts, which it got them a couple times. But, other than that, they weren't doing anything different than what we saw. And, most of the day, the O-line did a great job.
You probably saw Tulane lost by 5 at Oklahoma. They've gone to 3 straight bowl games and have arguably underachieved this year. Did that make this a little bit of a dangerous game on the road?
No, as you guys know, everyone in the American, athletic conference is going to play a 4-quarter game. And especially when you come down here on the road, we knew that we were going to come prepared for a battle. No team's just going to lay over for us, no matter if we're number 2 or, number 18, it doesn't matter. And, every team's going to give us our best. So we know that's what they were going to come out here and do. And, they did a couple things as far as holding the ball on their side of the offense for a little bit to kind of slow us down, get us out of our game. And, that's to give them props on doing that. But, other than that, we just got to play our game.
How do you counter that? Because that seems to be the recipe to slow you and that offense down, is to just keep the ball and keep you guys off the field. How do you try to keep a rhythm going or get a rhythm going once you finally get out there?
Yeah, I think it's just keeping everyone in lock and in focus. At the end of the day, it's about execution. And, no matter how long or how short you're sitting on the sidelines, you got to be able to get up off that bench and go execute. We knew that coming into it, they were going to play a lot of man. So, of course, that just means, someone's got to cover me and they got to cover Rome. So, when you make them guess and make them think, it makes them play just that much slower. So we knew that was going to be a big thing this week, and it worked out for us.
Seemed like some of those plays also freed up some things for Jerome in the second half. What did you think of his performance coming out of it?
Yeah, I thought he did great, and then that's exactly what we talk about. I think we work off each other very well. When 1 week he could have a big week, the next week I could have a big week. As far as running the ball and even in game, if a team focuses on Jerome, then they're not focused on me. If a team focuses on me, they're not focused on Jerome. But at the end of the day, our O-line did a great job moving the front, displacing them. So shout out to them.
Any more questions? Thanks, Des.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Next up, I have senior cornerback Coby Bryant. Questions for Coby?
Kobe, they keep picking on you. You keep showing them they shouldn't do that.
Right.
Obviously, number 1 gets a lot of attention. How does it feel to hold down that side of the field as well?
It's a blessing. I work extremely hard, not just me, but my teammates. Like you said, I know they're not going to go at Ahmad. He motivates me. He stays on me to, when the ball is in the air, just make the play.
Going off that, you both were listed on the mid-season award list. What does that kind of just tell about the lockdown you two had?
It's fun. It's a blessing, like I said. We both just try to lead, just not each other, but just for the room as well. So.
I know a win is a win. You already know, and that should be celebrated.
Right.
Is it concerning that these last 2 games maybe haven't gone the way that you may have thought?
No, not concerning. It's just telling us that we got to get back to work, learn from our mistakes, and continue to grow.
Now, obviously, defensively, you gave up fewer than 10 points and kind of set up the last 10 points the offense scored. So, it's a team game, but you probably have to be somewhat pleased with how you came down on the road and held them in check.
Absolutely, like you said, a win is a win, but we can't get complacent. We just have to watch film, learn from the film, and like I said, continue to grow and get better.
On that drive where you got the pick, they're up 9, they're already close to field goal range. Was there talk amongst teammates that you really needed to make a play on that drive?
Absolutely. With me being the leader of this defense, people are counting on me, and I'm counting on others as well. And I just made the play, and I'm grateful for that.
Fickell's talked about this team needing to show maturity and handling everything that comes with being the top 2 team in the country. Do you feel that this team is handling it for
Absolutely. You know, like I said, we don't pay attention to the outside noise. We just pay attention to learning how to get better and, like I said, learn from our mistakes and continue to grow.